Hey y'all, this is Theron West II, and this is the Be Ready anthem, y'all. I hope y'all ready. Stay ready, be ready, 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 stay ready. Every show, new face, new dream. Young man out here building a team from the track to the court to the turf and the rings. They all grown different, but they got the same theme. Putting in works when the lights not on. Late night, early morning, still going strong. They don't do it for the lights, they do it for the fight. Future looking bright, cause they training for their life. So be ready, stay ready, 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 be ready, stay ready. Spotlight on them, time to show love. Rather smart than dream, all star from above. The hustle in their heart, purpose in their feet, and they voice on this mic that echoes in the streets. Every episode, no cap, no fake. Just young bugs grinding, rising to the stage. Different faces, same goals. Rise above the pressure, yeah, holding goals. So be ready, stay ready, 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 be ready, stay ready. So put your hands together for my boys, Coach Tony and Carlos, for the Be Ready podcast coming on right now. Let's get it, let's go, y'all.
And we are live. Welcome, guys, to episode 99 of the Be Ready Sports Podcast, y'all. Episode 99, Jayson. That is crazy. Episode 99. We are just one episode away from the 100th episode, which is scheduled to be tomorrow night. We're just scheduled to be tomorrow night. But the 100th episode is tomorrow night. We got to focus on tonight. Episode 99. We got ourselves a full show tonight with a very good guest tonight. But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are here live on YouTube. So please make sure to like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell icon so that you get notified of when we go live here on YouTube. Also, should be scrolling down the ticket right now. Follow our Instagram at Be Ready Sports Podcast. That's where we post sports news, podcast clips, anything sports related will be there on the Instagram. And then live here on YouTube, it is the podcast itself. So please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon on YouTube, and also follow our Instagram for sports news and things like that with the podcast. All right. Well, that's my spiel. Now let's get into our guest tonight. We got a full show with our guest tonight, so let's bring him on, shall we? Tonight's guest is a 11-year-old class of 2033 multi-sport athlete from the state of New York. This athlete plays basketball and football. On the hardwood basketball, he plays as a guard. On the gridiron football, he is a QB and wide receiver. He plays for Riverside Hawks and Garden State Bounce. He is a two-time AAU champion with the Garden State Bounce. So now, please welcome to the Be Ready Sports Podcast, episode 99, Jayson Lopez. Yeah.
All right, hey guys, my name is Jayson Lopez. I'm 11 years old. I play basketball, football, and yeah, I'm class of 2033. That's just me.
For sure, that is just you indeed. All right, Jayson, so welcome to the show. Pleasure having you here tonight, episode 99. A pleasure having you here tonight. So Jayson, so let's get right into it, shall we, with these sports topics. So we do this on every show. We did this every show as of late. It is the ASN history. So basically, Jayson, so these are all the events that occurred on this day today, but on different years. So for example, At the top right there, that is the first event that occurred on this day on January 30th. It is the Rams, the LA Rams. They acquired Matthew Stafford on this day. Matthew Stafford in 2021. In 2021, Matthew Stafford was with the Lions as a quarterback. He was with the Lions, through some rough times in Detroit, but came to the Rams, brand new start. Came into the Rams, even I believe won a Super Bowl with the Rams over there against the Bengals during that Super Bowl. So Matthew Stafford, he is the current quarterback for the Rams. Made a run to the NFC Championship game, fell short against the Seattle Seahawks. So Matthew Stafford doing a really good job with the Rams. The Rams making a great move for Matthew Stafford on that day, 2021. The second event that happened there in 2022, it is the Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals. They advanced to Super Bowl 56, if I'm not mistaken, if those rumor numbers are right. I think it's 56. But yeah, Bengals, they advanced to Super Bowl 56. They won the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. In that game, the Chiefs, they were up 21-3 in that game. But then the Bengals, they came back and took the lead in the fourth quarter to knock off the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. So Bengals, they advanced to the Super Bowl on this day in 2022. In 2018, on this day, the Washington Commanders, they're not called the Commanders, not that name no more, obviously due to COVID and things like that happened during COVID. They took out that name. They put the Commanders name. At the time, that team acquired Alex Smith. Alex Smith, he was with the Kansas City Chiefs. He was with the Chiefs. He's a quarterback. He was a quarterback for the Chiefs, but then was acquired by the Washington Commanders in 2018. Also in 2018, James Harden posts his first ever 60-point triple-double. Jayson, that's crazy. Houston Rockets shooting guard James Harden achieved history on that night, totaling 60 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. And what was the first ever 60-point triple-double in a win over the Magic in Chris Paul's absence and Eric Gordon's injury. So James Harden basically had to carry the team on his back and basically score 60 points and a triple-double win over the Magic. So that's James Harden. 2022, Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels was hired by the Raiders. He was hired as the Raiders as a head coach. He was the Patriots offensive coordinator before then. The Raiders, they hired him. He's no longer the head coach over at the Raiders. So that's Josh McDaniels. 2015, the Atlanta Hawks, they extend their win streak to 18 games at the time, Jayson. The Atlanta Hawks, they were a pretty good team at the time. They had Jeff Teague, Al Horford. They basically had some stars in that team in Atlanta at the time with Jeff Teague and Al Horford for the Hawks. So at that time, they extended their win streak to 18. And at that time, they were 39-8, first in the East by 7.5 games with the Raptors in overtime at the moment. Yeah, so at the time, the Hawks had 3 representatives in that All-Star game. So they had 3 All-Stars for the Atlanta team in 2015. 2023, the Islanders, they acquired Bo Horvat. He was a captain from the Vancouver Canucks in exchange for another player in a first-round pick for the Islanders. The Raptors, the Toronto Raptors, they acquired Rudy Gay, along with Hamad Haddadi from the Grizzlies in exchange for 2 players. So Rudy Gay from the Grizzlies went to the Raptors on that day. 2014, John Angelo sells the Orioles to David Rubenstein. I will not say what that second to last thing is. And then in 2020, the Panthers, they released Greg Olson. He's now retired, and he is a current analyst for Fox Sports. He's currently a commentator for Fox Sports. So, Jayson, Jayson, so is there any events there that stick out to you? Any events that sound interesting to you?
Really, the Harden 60-point triple-double. That's just crazy.
It's insane, right? 60 points. He had like 60 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. So not only the 60 points, he had 10 rebounds and 11 assists on top of that. Like he was going off. And Jayson, he went 19 from 30 in the three, 17 for 18 in free throws. So he had a great game against the Magic in 2018, which is crazy. So is that the only event that sounds interesting to you, James Harden?
And when the Rams acquired Matthew Stafford, I feel like that was like a great pickup for the Rams.
Yeah, for sure, indeed. Yeah. So basically, the Rams and the Lions they basically swapped QBs pretty much because Matthew
Yeah.
Stafford was with Detroit, went to the Rams, and then Jared Goff, who was with the Rams, went to Detroit, and it kind of low key, it kind of worked out for both teams. It kind of worked out for both teams. The Rams are doing good. I know Detroit is not doing good right now, but at the time when they got Jared Goff, they were doing good going to NFC Championship game against the Niners. So the Lions, they were doing stuff that they never did before. The Rams, they were doing something that they never did before. So it kind of worked out for both teams pretty well. But for the Rams, they're doing really good right now, having Matthew Stafford at their QB. So is that it?
Yeah.
There's two events. All right, guys. So that's ASN history. January 30th. We will do one again tomorrow. Tomorrow night. We'll do one tomorrow night, basically. So we'll do one tomorrow night for January 31st. All right, and Jayson, also in the bottom right corner, I don't know if you can see, that is the chat. So we got 2 supporters in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Keep on supporting throughout the show. Keep on supporting throughout the show. We got ourselves a long show here tonight. So please make sure to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and things like that. All right, let's move on here to some NBA action. Now let's talk about the All-Stars here. The All-Stars. So as you guys can see, these are the All-Stars. The All-Star this year will be in Los Angeles. They'll be at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles. They'll be on February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, 5 p.m. on NBC. So here are the Eastern Conference starters, Jayson. You got Cade Cunningham with the Pistons, Tyrese Maxey from the Sixers. You got Giannis headlining for the East, Jalen Brunson, and then you got Jaylen Brown. So Jayson, so do you think there's any snubs here, or do you think these are the 5 that should be the starting 5 for the East?
Yeah, these are the people who have been like stepping up for their teams in the East. So I feel like this is a team I feel like that should be there.
All right, sure, yeah. So definitely some great players on there. Obviously, those are the 5 stars that represent their teams. Jaylen Brown, he's been doing really well for the Celtics. The Celtics, Jayson, they've been doing better than I thought. With Jason Tatum's injury,
Yeah.
I thought that the Celtics would be out of the mix. But Celtics, they're right now, I believe, 3rd in the East. Let me double check that. They are number 3 in the East. Which is very impressive. Very impressive for the Celtics. They're doing really well. Jaylen Brown stepping up to the plate, and he's doing really well. Jalen Brunson, obviously, we all know him. We all know how he does with the Knicks. He's that number 1 option with the Knicks. Number 2 in the East. They're doing really good for your home state team, Jayson, for the Knicks.
Yeah.
Giannis, obviously, we all know what's going on with Giannis. Trade deadline. We don't even know if he's going to be with the Bucks. Most likely he won't. They're struggling right now, Jayson. They're number 12 in the East, so obviously they're struggling. But Giannis, he'll most likely be out of there in a few days before the trade deadline on February 5th. Tyrese Maxey, he's been doing very good for the Sixers. They're having a way better year compared to last year. They're number 6 in the East. They're doing really good. And then you have Cade Cunningham right there, who has been an amazing player. He's probably that main piece in that Detroit rebuild when they were going on that large losing streak. He was a part of that. But they brought him in, and he was a part of the rebuild. And then look at them now, Jayson. They're number 1 in the East, 34-12. They're the 2nd best team in the NBA overall in regards to record. So, yeah, man, Jayson. So, hey, the East starters, they look very impressive. So, those are the East starters, guys. The reserves should be announced this weekend. The reserves, so tune into that. That should be announced this weekend for both conferences. Now, let's go to the Western Conference, the Wild Wild West. Obviously, at the far left, we obviously have SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the MVP, the reigning MVP from the OKC Thunder, the reigning champs. Obviously, he's there on the far left. Nikola Jokic, the Joker. Luka Doncic, what a year he's having for the Lakers. Steph Curry on that list for the Warriors. And then you have Wemby on that list for the starting five at most likely the 5 spot or the 4 spot. So Jayson, so what are your thoughts on this? The West starters.
This West team is really a team, a bunch of stars, really. Like a lot of skilled people here on this team right now. So yeah, I feel like the West and the East will have like a good competition against each other.
For sure, indeed. And fun fact about these West starters, Jayson. Did you know that there's 3 players on here from the West that lead the league in points? So Luka's number 1 with 33.6 points per game. Points per game. SGA second with 32, and then Nikola Jokic is 29.6. So right there, that left side with Jokic, SGA, and Luka, you got some scores there. Obviously, Curry, he can do some stuff in the Wemby, so that's gonna be a dangerous 5, Jayson, in the All-Star game. So yeah, Jayson. So do you have any further thoughts about this? The West starters?
No, not really. No.
So who do you got winning the All-Star? So basically from the starters I just said, the starters from I just said, the reserves are gonna be announced this weekend. But out of the stars that I just announced, who do you think is gonna win the All-Star? Is it the East or the West?
I got West winning.
You got the West. Okay, why the West?
Because you can see they got a bunch of great players on the West, like high IQ, skilled people on this team. And Wemby and all these other people have been going on runs with their teams. So yeah, I think they'll be pretty good winning against the East.
For sure, be entertaining indeed. I just hope that these players put in some effort, Jayson, because the problem with these All-Star games, is the effort. These players don't get
playing around, actually.
Yeah, exactly. No defense at all, just playing PE basketball, basically, with this All-Star game. Hopefully, they can put in some effort, basically put in some effort and make it, and make it a good game at least to watch instead of being an offensive explosion by both teams. So those are the West starters. Those are the East starters. All-Star game, February 15th at 5 p.m. The reserves will be announced this weekend. So tune into that. That will be this weekend. All right, so now speaking about All-Star game, we got the Rising Stars game here. We got a lot of young stars on this list. Team Melo, so obviously we have the coaches there: Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, and then we have Austin Rivers. They got their teams. So for Team Melo, so basically, Jayson, I'm just tell you the teams just one by one, and then give me just an evaluation from each team. All right. So for Team Melo, we got Stephon Castle. He's been an amazing rookie for the Spurs. He's been doing well. Dylan Harper, he was just drafted. From Rutgers. I believe he played at Rutgers. Now he's with the Spurs. He's been doing well with the Spurs. Donovan Clingan for the Portland Trailblazers. Jeremiah Fears from the Pelicans. Colin Murray Boyles for the Raptors. Reed Shepherd for the Rockets. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about him in this show tonight when we get to his game, Cooper Flagg, leading for Team Melo. So, Jayson, what are your thoughts on that team for Team Melo?
This team is really about the rookies who are or rising stars who are sticking out in the NBA. So on this team, I feel like they're going to be really good.
Yeah, for sure. That team is going to be hard to beat. You got Stephon Castle, Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper. You got yourself a team over there with Team Melo. But let's move on to Team Vince Carter. We got Matas Buzelis, the Chicago Bulls. Keyshawn George, we're going to talk about him in a bit with his team for the Wizards. Derek Queen from the Pelicans. He's been doing really good for the Pelicans. Jalen Wells for the Grizzlies. Cedric Coward for the Grizzlies. Igor Demon for the Nets. And then last but not least, you got VJ Edgecombe from Baylor, who has been doing amazing for the Sixers. So, Jayson, so what are your thoughts on this Team Vince?
This team is not really too bad. I know VJ Adcom has been killing for the Sixers or 76ers. And I haven't really heard about really anybody else except for Derek Queen and Ed Gore. They're doing pretty good, but I don't really know anyone else. But yeah, I think this team is all right.
All right. Yeah, it kind of sounds all right. Yeah. Team Vince Carter, they got a pretty good squad. Some players there, Derek Queen, Montez Puzelis, VJ Edgecombe. They'll be contenders there to win the Rising Stars game. So, all right. So now here's Team T Mac, Tracy McGrady. We got Trey Johnson from the Wizards, Cam Spencer from the Grizzlies, Con Knipple. We're going to talk about him in a few minutes with the Hornets, what a game he had. Jalen Tyson for the Cavs, AJ Mitchell for OKC, Alex Sarr from the Wizards, and then last but not least, you have Khalil Ware from the Miami Heat, young phenom for the Miami Heat. Some people call him Wemby 2.0 because of his length and how he looks, basically. So Jayson, so your thoughts on Team T Mac?
Team's not bad. I mean, they have like a lot of potential to be up there, but yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad.
All right. Yes, that's Team T Mac. All right, so now let's move on to Team Austin Rivers. Team Austin Rivers. We got some. Okay, so some of these teams I believe are G League teams. That I think that's what it looks like. We got Sean East the second. Yeah. Okay, so let me pull it up from my side. Sean East the second, Ron Harper Jr., David Jones Garcia, Yannick Conan Niederhauser, Elijah Martin. He was drafted by the Raptors, played at FAU, won a national championship with Florida. So he's probably the player that I can explain more about. Elijah Martin, he plays for the Raptors, 905. I'm assuming that's their G League team. Tristan Newton, and then last but not least, you have Yang Hansen. So Jayson, so not much stars on this list, but a lot of, how do you say it? Non-NBA players on that list. So your thoughts on Team Austin?
I mean, I don't really know anyone on this team, so um, um, I mean, like, I hope they make it up there, like, compete against these people, but I don't really know who really is on this G League
Yeah, I
team.
know. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. All those players, play for the G League place. Basically play for their G League teams. Like probably the only player I know here that I can basically like explain more is Elijah Martin because he was very good in college, played at Florida Atlantic, made the Final Four over at FAU. He transferred to the Gators, Florida Gators. He won a national championship with the Gators, was a major part of that. Got drafted by the Raptors, and then obviously he's now here with the Raptors G League team. So that's probably the player I can explain the most out of Team Austin. But yeah, so Jayson, so those are your teams right there. They're gonna have a little tournament, basically, who's gonna win. So Jayson, so I'm gonna ask you, out of these four teams, which one do you think gonna win it all for the Rising Stars?
Team Mello,
Team Mello, okay, why Team Mello?
because they got all, like the big stars in this team. And well, I'm not saying any other team is not really have a chance, but I'm feeling Team Mello has like above everyone.
Gotcha. So probably name wise, probably Team Mello. They got some dogs there. All right, for sure. All right, so those are the Rising Stars guys. Those are the draft results from those four teams. Team Mello, Team Vince, Team Mac, Team Austin. They will compete in a Rising Stars tournament that will be taking place on Friday night, Friday, February 13th at 9 p.m. live on Peacock, a streaming service. So That'll be live on Peacock. All right, let's move on to NBA MVP. I saw this on Instagram, on the NBA's Instagram, and basically it's just giving us a progress report of who. So basically, right now, if the league ended today and they would choose an MVP right now, these would be, the three that will be in the running. You obviously got SGA, Luka, and Nikola Jokic. And fun fact about these three, they're going to be on the same team over there in the West. And plus, these three people, they lead the league in scoring. So, and then now these three, they're leading the Kia MVP ladder, and SGA obviously up on top. Jayson, so basically your thoughts on this MVP list.
I mean, I wouldn't really see Jokic unless he comes back from his injury sooner. I wouldn't really see him climbing the board. And SGA, it'll be crazy for him if he were to win again. But me, I want Luca to win.
Luka. Okay, why Luka?
I feel like Luca, like how do I say this? I feel like he just like needs a chance to win rather than SGA. That's just how I feel.
Gotcha. Yeah, so if you guys see there, so this was based off of today, actually, January 30th. And Luka went up and Jokic went down, and SGA stayed neutral. So Luka is now number two, and then Jokic is now number three. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Jayson. Definitely Luka needs a chance. He's over at the Lakers. He's doing very good, very well with the Lakers, and now he's behind SGA, who's been doing very good this year. He leads the league in points per game, so it's gonna be tough to pass SGA, or unless he has a bad game or bad games. That's probably the only reason Luka may go over SGA, but it's gonna be a tough run throughout these next few months, going into the postseason, maybe around May or April, around the time where the postseason starts. So that's the Kia MVP. That's the top three: SGA, Luka, and Jokic. The top three for the MVP. All right, so now let's get into some last night games. So these games happened last night. So let's start with the first one here. How about let's start with this one: the Pistons and the Suns. The Pistons and the Suns. Phoenix were at home in this game, and Dylan Brooks, he had himself a game: 40 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and then 4 3-pointers made in the Suns' win over the Pistons. So, Jayson, your thoughts on this win from the Phoenix Suns?
I feel like Dylan Brooks like really stepped up this game for the Phoenix to get them this win. But yeah, I'm really surprised he even did all this because I don't really watch Dylan Brooks like or any of these teams, but this says a lot from him. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely Dylan Brooks scoring 40 points. That is not expected out of Dylan Brooks. But hey, he pulled it off against the number one team in the East, which is very impressive indeed. And the Phoenix Suns are 29-19. And Phoenix, another team there, and another team that is doing better than I thought, because with KD leaving and Bradley Beal leaving, I thought that the Suns would maybe decline and basically be out of the 10 seed, basically 10 seed and below. But right now they're 7th seed in the West. They're competing in there. They're number 7. They're close to number 6 with the Lakers. They're literally right there in regards to records. So Phoenix, they're holding their ground over there in the Western Conference, and a big time win against Detroit at home definitely can boost their confidence. Dylan Brooks, amazing night, 40 points, 4 for 7 from 3, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and things like that. So great win for Phoenix. The Suns, their next game will be against the Cavs tonight in 1 hour. They will play in 1 hour as they take on Cleveland. Meanwhile, Detroit, they will have to bounce back. They have a game tonight on ESPN against the Golden State Warriors. So their West Coast trip continues as they take on the Golden State Warriors. All right, so let's move on to the Kings and the Sixers. The Kings and Sixers, Tyrese Maxey, one of the starters that we mentioned in the East. He had himself a game, 40 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 3-pointers made. He had himself a great night, 12 from 18 from the field, and he had himself a very good game. Jayson, so your thoughts on the Sixers being the Kings?
Mm, no, Tyrese Maxey is a very great player, and also I know him and VJ Edgecombe has been a great duo. So really, I'm not surprised that they came over the Sacramento Kings after De'Aaron Fox leaving. So yeah, it's a good game, a good win for the Sixers.
Yes, a good win indeed. And also the second leading scorer for the Sixers was Joel Embiid. He had 37 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists in that game. Also over the Kings. So Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey both showing up for the Sixers as they defeat the Sacramento Kings at home. The Sixers, they keep it rolling. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They beat the Bucks and the Kings. They look to continue that tomorrow night as they take on the Pelicans at home. Meanwhile, the Sacramento Kings, 12-37, they're having themselves a down year. They're taking on the Celtics right now, and they are down by 13 over the Celtics. So the Kings, their suffering continues as they're on a 5-game losing streak. So things are not looking good over there in Sacramento. But for Philadelphia, they're looking really good. Let's move on. So this is the game that I really wanted to talk about, the Hornets and the Mavericks. What a game this was if you guys were watching this game. I don't think this game was on national TV, but this was a very good game. Con Canipo, as you can see there, he had himself a game with 34 points, which is a career high, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 3-pointers made. So basically, he scored 24 points off of threes, Jayson, and he had himself a game. And basically, for the Charlotte Hornets, all 5 of the starters had double-digit scoring. So your thoughts, Jayson, on the Hornets beating the Mavericks on the road?
So I really don't really watch the Hornets like that, and I know about Con Canipo and all that, but I would have thought Mavericks would have came up on top, knowing that they have Cooper and all those other players on that team. But Con Canipo really had a game of scoring 24 points over threes. That's really like insane for him to do. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure, insane indeed. But the crazy thing about this, Jayson, is that Concanippo, he was not the leading scorer in this game. Uh, the leading scorer in this game was Cooper Flag. He had 49 points. He had 49 points, went 20 for 29 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3. He had 10 rebounds in this game, so he had a double-double in this game with 3 assists. So he had himself a very good game as well, but, it just fell short. But the Charlotte Hornets, they had more, team effort. Because if you look at the stats, all 5 of their starters, Miles Bridges, Diabate, or number 14 from the Hornets, Brandon Miller. Jayson, you good? Uh-oh. We got technical difficulties on Jayson's side. Jayson, you there? Uh-oh. Apologies, guys, from Jayson's side having technical difficulties. He's having technical difficulties. One's right now he is dealing with them at the moment. Jayson, you're good? Oh. All right, so Jayson having technical difficulties with his side. He will exit and then we'll come back in. So he should be in any moment now. He should be coming in as soon as possible. Apologies, guys, from Jayson's side. He's having technical difficulties. Once he makes it backstage and everything is working well, I will bring him back on as soon as possible. Okay, but as you guys can see, that the Hornets they beat the Mavericks. Okay, he's back. Jason, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so back to what I was saying with the Hornets starters. The Hornets starters, they basically all five of them had double digits, like Diabate, Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, who had 22 points in that game, and then Concanipple. So, and then three of those starters, Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, and Concanipple, had 20 plus points scored in that game. So compare that to the Dallas Mavericks stats. If you look at the stats, not one not one person in that team besides Cooper Flag scored 20 plus. So if you look at the stats, team effort is what won it for the Hornets, and they won it. Concanibble, he had a good game, and they knock off the Mavericks. So the Mavericks, they will take on the Rockets tomorrow night on Saturday prime time on ABC. They will go to Houston to take on KD and the Rockets. Meanwhile, the Hornets, who gets the win, they are on a winning streak right now. They are on a 5-game winning streak. They are feeling good over there in the Queen City of Charlotte. They look to continue that on Saturday at noon as they take on the Spurs at home on Prime Video. So, yeah, Jason. So that's the Hornets and the Mavericks. So, do you have any additional thoughts in this game, or do you want to move on to the next one?
We can move on.
All right. Now let's talk about the team that the Mavericks will play tomorrow night, which is the Rockets. They handle business over the Atlanta Hawks. They handle business. Kevin Durant, 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He had himself a game 12 for 22 from the field, 3 from 8, 3 out of 8 from 3-point range. Scored 9 points from 3. He had himself a solid game as they beat the Hawks by a pretty significant amount. So Jason, so your thoughts? The Rockets beating the Hawks.
I mean, Rockets have like a very skilled like team. Like they have a squad over there. Hawks, I don't really know who they have to compete with the Rockets, but then when the Mavericks go and like play against the Rockets, they're gonna have to put a whole team effort to beat them. Because Cooper Flag can't score 50 points just to lose. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure, indeed. Uh, okay, so Jason, so let me ask you. So, how would you feel? You score 50 points in a game, but your team loses. So, how would you feel yourself, like in that moment?
I would feel very mad and kind of sad because I put in more effort than my own team did, and I feel like we should all put in an amount of effort that I shouldn't be the only one trying to win.
For sure, agreed. For sure, indeed. So the Rockets, they put a very good game against the Atlanta Hawks. Obviously Atlanta they lost Trey Young this season to the Wizards. Obviously, I guess Atlanta's trying to rebuild from Trey Young, but there's not really much star players. Well, CJ McCollum he plays for the Hawks. If you guys don't know, CJ McCollum does play for the Hawks. He had 23 points in this game, 5 rebounds. So he was actually the leading scorer for the Hawks. He was actually the leading scorer. Second leading scorer was Nikhil Alexander Walker, which, by the way, if you guys know, that is SGA's cousin. He had 20 points, 5 rebounds, and that for the Atlanta Hawks. So Atlanta, they got to work on rebuilding themselves. They're 2 games out of 500. Atlanta, their next game will be against the Indiana Pacers on the road. They'll be going on the road. And then, meanwhile, the Houston Rockets, obviously, I just said it, they'll take on the Mavericks at home. All right, so now let's move on to, okay, so we got 3 more games left. So I'm going to try and get through this. The Miami Heat, they're doing very good right now. They beat the Chicago Bulls 116 to 113. The main story there, as you guys can see, Bam Adebayo, 20 points, 12 rebounds. He had a double-double that night, 2 assists in the win over the Bulls. So, Jason, so your thoughts on the Heat beating the Bulls?
I mean, ever since Jimmy left Heat, Bam has really like stepped up for them. So I wouldn't seem surprised that he had these amount of sounds because he's a very like great player. So yeah, agreeing with this win over the Bulls. Even though like they have some star players on that team, but he came over. It is what it is.
For sure, indeed. So the Heat. So speaking what I was talking about with the Hornets, basically similar thing happened with the Heat. Four starters, the four out of the five starters had double digit scoring. Andrew Wiggins, he had 10 points in this game. Bam Adebayo, 20. Norman Powell, who has been a great addition to this Miami Heat team, he had 21 points last night. Pell Larson, a young star for the Heat, had 15 points coming off the bench. Jaime Jaquez Jr., he's been a great supporting cast. He actually had a double-double last night, Jayson, with 19 points and 10 rebounds. He had himself a game. Khalil Ware, the person I was talking about in the Rising Stars game, he had 12 points, 4 rebounds. And yeah, so the Heat, they have a lot of chemistry, I guess you can say, and they play as a team. And Eric Spoelstra, he's the main part. He's the main facilitator, guiding that offense with the Miami Heat. So the Miami Heat, they beat the Chicago Bulls 116-113. Basically, this game was a makeup from January 8th because they had to reschedule because something happened with the court. There was condensation on the court, and the court was too slippery to play, so they had to reschedule and reschedule it for last night. So the Heat, they got the win. Chicago Bulls, they will play the Heat again. They will play the Miami Heat again on the road this time. They will play them tomorrow night at 8 p.m. live from Miami. And same thing for the Heat. They will play in a rematch tomorrow night. Shout out to the chat. Jayson, so do you see your chat in the bottom right corner?
Yeah.
Do you see anyone familiar? Or do you see any family members?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So shout out to you guys. Shout out. Keep supporting. We got a long show to go. And yeah. All right. So let's move on here. OKC, the Minnesota T-Wolves. Anthony Edwards, as you guys can see there, knock off the reigning champions. Minnesota with, where's his name? Anthony Edwards, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. 4 for 10 from 3, 9 for 17 from the field. Anthony Edwards leading his team as they defeat the OKC Thunder. Jayson, so your thoughts on the T-Wolves beating the Thunder?
I'm really surprised that they beat them, but knowing that Anthony Edwards and all the rest of his team on the Timberwolves played, but like I'm surprised they beat them because SGA, and number one leaderboard for being NBA, the amount of like good games he's been having, points scored per game. I would think that the OKC would beat them, but I guess Timberwolves gave more effort as a team. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So speaking about SGA, Jayson, so SGA, he had 30 points, 12 from 18 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3, so he went 50%. He had 6 rebounds, 8 assists. So basically SGA didn't do bad, but it just wasn't enough, I guess you can say. I guess it wasn't enough to take down the T-Wolves. And as of late, Jayson, OKC, they've been looking beatable. I remember the beginning of the season, we were all saying, oh my gosh, can OKC beat the Warriors record of 73 wins, in the, throughout the whole regular season. But, as of late, the Thunder, they've been looking beatable, and we've been seeing it throughout these few past games. So the T-Wolves, they've been looking good. They knock off the reigning champs of OKC. The T-Wolves, they will have to turn around tomorrow night as they take on the Grizzlies on the road. OKC, the Thunder, they're going to have to bounce back from this. They are done for this month. Their next game is in February 1st as they take on the Denver Nuggets on the road on February 1st at 9:30 p.m. live on NBC, a game that I'll be talking about in a few minutes. All right, so let's move on. The Nuggets against the Nets. Nuggets, they beat the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets, they've been struggling as of late. But Jamal Murray Jamal Murray and the Nuggets, 27 points, four rebounds, 6 assists, and the Denver Nuggets, they beat the Brooklyn Nets. Jayson, your thoughts on this Nuggets win?
Mm, I don't really know anybody on the Brooklyn Nets as of so far, but no, as of Joker's been gone, Jamal Murray seems like he really played like his heart out in this game, stepping up for like the loss of Jokic not playing. And yeah, I think this was a pretty good game.
It was indeed, primarily because former Nugget Michael Porter Jr. He plays for the Nets, Jayson. So he plays for the Nets. Obviously, we all know about the trade, but Michael Porter Jr. Um, going to Brooklyn, and then Denver. They got I forgot his name. I think it's Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson. I think the Nuggets got Cam Johnson. So basically in a trade. So Michael Porter Jr. He had himself a game last night. He had 38 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. He had a double double. He had a double double last night, but obviously fell short to his former team, the Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets, they just keep on rolling. Denver, they are a dangerous team at home. The altitude is real, I guess you can say. The altitude is real over there in Denver. Um, the Nuggets, they play tonight. They will take on the Clippers tonight at home. Meanwhile, the Brooklyn Nets, Michael Porter Jr., they will stay in the West Coast as they take on the Utah Jazz tonight. Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for the support for me and Jayson. Jayson, so do you see that message in the bottom of the chat?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you want, so if you want, you can give them a shout out. By the way, Jayson, you can give as many shout outs as you can during the show. So if you want to shout out your mom, dad, parents, friends, teammates, shout out anybody you want. So if you see them in the chat, just give an automatic shout out. All right.
I would like to shout out all my family in the chat who's been supporting me in here. So thank you.
For sure, indeed. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Keep on going. We got ourselves a good night tonight. So keep on supporting. Last but not least, to wrap up these games, the Bucks and the Wizards, and we got ourselves an upset right here. The Wizards, the Washington Wizards, Keyshawn George. We talked about him in the Rising Stars. He's a part of the Rising Stars team. Keyshawn George, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, went 10 for 24 from the field, and he leads his team to knock off the Milwaukee Bucks. Jayson, your thoughts on the Wizards win?
I mean, no, Keyshawn George had a heck of a game. Trey, pretty good too. And I know the Bucks, Giannis can't really do it all over there. Cause I really know. Oh no, he's injured or he's not playing. I don't know actually.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
so Giannis did not play in this game, basically. He did not play.
so yeah, I feel like if Giannis would have played, he would have probably bring the game back up. Like probably beat the Wizards. Cause it doesn't seem too bad. Like they didn't seem so bad without him, but I feel like they could really use him, like to build a momentum. And yeah.
All right, for sure. So the Bucks, they did not have Giannis. They did not have Giannis in this game. Surprisingly for the Bucks, they had 4 of their guys scoring double-digit scoring. Even Miles Turner, he had himself a double-double with 21 points and 14 rebounds with the Milwaukee Bucks. But Alex Sarr, one of the people that I was talking about for the Rising Stars game, he's also playing in there too. Alex Sarr, he had 16 points, 17 rebounds in that game over the Milwaukee Bucks. So, we got 2 stars here. Keyshawn George and Alex Sarr, both going to be in the Rising Stars game. 2 very good rookies for the Wizards. Yes, the Wizards, they get the win. They finally get a win. But unfortunately, right now, Jayson, they're playing the Lakers, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good. They're down by 30, guys. They're down by 30. It's 87-57 Lakers. So they kind of fell down to earth, the Wizards. So yeah, that's basically what it is. The Wizards, obviously, they're how do you say it? They're in purgatory. Let's just say that of the NBA. So And then the Bucks, meanwhile, um, they will play on Sunday afternoon against the Celtics on the road. So at 3:30 live on ESPN. All right. Um, uh, let's talk about this game here. Raptors Magic. That's being played right now, actually. Raptors Magic. Raptors, obviously, they've been doing really well this season. The Raptors, they've been doing really good. Magic, they've been doing really well as well. So, Jayson, so who do you have winning this game? And basically, so give me your thoughts about this game, Raptors and Magic.
I got the Magic winning because like Paolo Bencaro and I forgot if it's name their point guard. I'm pretty sure him. I don't know him and him and the point
Suggs?
guard. Wait, what?
Suggs?
Yeah, yeah. Him and Suggs will be a great duo. Well, is a great duo in this on the Magic. So I feel like they will overcome the Raptors.
All right. So that's being played tonight, live on ESPN. All right. One more thing. I'm going to show you one more thing, Jayson. It's non-basketball related. It's actually about hockey. So I'm gonna explain. So we do this segment. It's called Unbelievably Crazy. So as you can see here, this is about to be an unbelievably crazy thing that you're about to see, Jayson, and for all of you guys that are gonna watch tonight. So this was a hockey game between the Red Wings and the Washington Capitals, and basically, as you can see there, they scored a goal basically off a camera hole. So as you guys know, they film the hockey games, like how they take pictures and stuff. There's a hole where the camera can get to film it, and basically it went off there into the goal. So I have the video here. So here's the video, guys. Here it is.
Down. DeBrincat rims it around. Bad balls in front. Where is it? It's in. Score! We are tied. A 3-point night for Alex DeBrincat.
Yeah, so I know the puck is very small. It's not like basketball, but that's the goal. That's the unbelievably crazy segment. Shout out to our past guest, Lamborghini Landon. He made up this segment for us. Unbelievably crazy. So Jayson, so your thoughts on that goal for hockey?
I mean, I guess he was going for a trick shot or something. That was a crazy tiebreaker, or no, not well to tie the game. That was crazy.
Yeah, so I think I know what he was doing. So basically, I think he was trying to clear the puck. So basically, in hockey, guys, so they try and clear the puck to the outside the ice, basically outside that red line. They try to get it. They try to hit the wall, but I guess he aimed wrong. I guess it hit the camera hole, and obviously it plinkoed in, and they got a goal. So it worked out at the end. Yeah, so that's the unbelievably crazy moment. In that game between the Capitals and the Red Wings, the Capitals ended up winning this one. They ended up winning this one 4-3 in a shootout. All right, Jayson, you ready for your Q&A?
Yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about you now. All right, so now that's NBA. Now let's talk about you. All right. First question: what inspired you to play basketball and football?
I mean, for basketball, I played, but then my sister had also started playing, but I had took a break from it when I was little. But when I saw she kept going, it made me want to keep going. So I just kept playing, and then yeah, now we're here. And also for football, I'll be seeing highlights, people catching one hand, throwing people like perfect spirals and dots and all that. It made me want to do that. So yeah, that's what inspired me to play football.
Gotcha. All right. All right. So shout out to your sister, by the way, for motivating you to get back into basketball. So shout out to her. Are your sisters older or younger than you?
Older.
Older. Okay. So shout out to her. Shout out. So which sport did you play first, basketball or football?
Basketball.
All right. So why basketball first? Like, how did you discover basketball first before football?
I mean, people in my family have played basketball. I've always been watching basketball. Or for my parents, even be like before I've been playing basketball. So ever since I've been watching it, been in love with the game, I guess.
Gotcha. All right. So what do you like most about being on a team?
A basketball team.
Basketball and football. Basketball and football.
I feel like the coaches like help me, s- push me, and like help me stay in like my in. I don't know how to say this, but they help me and push me to become a better player or person.
Gotcha. All right, so better play in person. All right, I got you. All right. So for basketball, which side of the ball you like playing better, offense or defense, and why?
Defense, because if you play great defense, you get steal. It could lead to offense. So I'm still scoring while getting a steal on defense, playing hard, getting a turnover, and then scoring right after. So yeah, defense really leads into offense. So yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. Defense does lead into offense. So yeah, for sure. So what do you like most about playing basketball?
I love how the people I have met in my life through this basketball have helped me even outside of basketball, like school or everything else. So yeah, like the people I meet through basketball.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely participating in showcase really does help with that. Meeting new people. Playing in a showcase, not only you're exposed to media, but also you meet other people from like other cities and stuff, and also playing basketball too. You meet other people, which is great, which is very good. So yeah, all right. So Jayson, so what is your favorite move on the basketball court?
Um, I'm just now starting to like practice and like play this move a lot in games, like a post fadeaway. Really, I like doing a lot.
Post fadeaway. Okay, so you're on the post, right? So doing that on the post. Hmm.
Well, it's kind of like when I drive, I like pump fake with the other hand and I turn around and then shoot it. Or sometimes I'll shimmy and then just shoot it around, like turn around jump shot.
Okay. Um, where did that inspiration come from? Basically, like where did that like inspiration come from? Basically.
Um, Really, I've been like my coach from Garden State Bounce had taught me this move when you like pump fake, turn around, and then I turn it into my own move. My like the move I always use a lot.
I got
So
you.
my
So, do you know what NBA player does that post fade a lot?
uh, I want to say Tatum.
Um, kind of Tatum, but he's not the player that I'm thinking of that he does that a lot. It's close though. He played against him in the Eastern Conference Finals, or
Uh,
or the second. I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
Do you want me to give you a clue?
Yeah,
He plays. Um, I, I just showed him on the East starter, so he's one of the starters for the East.
he's Brunson.
Brunson, yeah, Jalen Brunson. He likes to do that move, that post fade. He loves to do that move. So yeah. So basically, when I think of that post fade, yeah, I think of Jalen Brunson because he does that a lot, and he does it well. He does it well. So if you want to excel, you move that post fade move. Like try watching Jalen Brunson because he does that a lot. All right. All right. So how does basketball help you as an athlete, like an overall athlete?
Staying conditioned and disciplined in life, or just in general. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who do you idolize your game to in basketball, and why? And why?
Tatum and Brunson, because I like how they play, how their footwork moves, and just in general, I like their game.
For sure, Tatum Brunson. Okay. Do you think Tatum's gonna come back?
Yeah, I they said that he would come back like around the playoffs. I think, yeah, or
So,
somewhere around this season.
so if he comes back, so do you think the Celtics make a deep run in the playoffs if he comes back?
Yeah, I mean they're doing really good even without Tatum. But yeah, I feel like they'll go even farther in the playoffs. Yeah.
Some people say that they might win a championship if Jason Tatum comes back. There's some
I'm
people say
hoping. I'm hoping. Really.
that. Yeah. So the next question I was gonna ask you. So, what is your favorite NBA team and why that NBA team?
I mean, I like Jalen Brown on that team. I like Pritchard and Tatum. Really, like, because some of my favorite players play on that team. So yeah, it makes me want to watch them. Yeah.
So you're a player type of fan, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So basically they play for the Celtics. So basically you're a player type of fan, but now like follow the team type ones, right? Gotcha.
But I like the Celtics in general. But yeah,
All right. All right, for sure, for sure. All right, so what are your strengths as a basketball player?
I feel like passing and scoring and sometimes rebounding, but I'm not really down there a lot. So yeah, passing and scoring.
Gotcha. All right. So for football, what made you want to play those positions, the QB and wide receiver? Wide receiver. So like, what made you want to play those positions?
Um, really, I wanted to play quarterback because my favorite like NFL player, Josh Allen, I wanted to like be like him on the field. So yeah,
Gotcha. All right. So what's the hardest part about playing football?
like reading the field or like the defense is one of the hardest things to do as a quarterback or just in general. Or yeah,
Gotcha. All right. So who do you idolize your game to in football?
and Josh Allen, really.
Josh Allen. All right. So why Josh Allen?
I don't know really why I started liking. I think because he was like I liked Stephon Diggs on the Bills when he was there, and then when he left, I feel like when Josh Allen was doing good and all that, I feel like I started to like him more as a quarterback on the Bills.
Gotcha. All right. So what is your favorite CFB or NFL team and why? So it could be either college football or NFL, and why that team?
I mean the Bills because, you know, I like them because like they're a really good team, and I have people on that team that I like, and also yeah, they're a good team, and yeah,
All
that's
right.
it.
All right, for sure. So do you like other players besides Josh Allen on the Bills? Like who?
Well, I mean, some people,
Uh,
like, who could I really think of that I really watch? I like to watch like some. I forgot what their name is. They play for the thingy. I like to watch Patrick Mahomes sometimes, I guess,
all right. All right. Patrick Mahomes. All right.
or
All right.
like, yeah, I think that's it.
Gotcha. All right. All right. So besides football and basketball, what other sport would you like to try and why?
I mean, I would like to play soccer at one time because I have a bunch of basketballs or mini hoop balls, and I'd be like kicking it around, act like I'm a soccer player, and I played at recess a lot of times, and it's a lot of fun.
Gotcha. All right. So if you could meet any sports athlete, it could be basketball, football, soccer, any sport, who would it be and why?
I'd like to meet like Jalen or Tatum because I like my game. I'd like to play my game as they would do. So and they're like one of my favorite players, anyways. So yeah,
Hi. All right. So last question. What are your favorite hobbies slash interests to do outside of basketball and football?
I like to like play chess. I sometimes draw, not really anymore. And a game, yeah. And that's really it, yeah.
Yeah, like a game as in like what, like board game or video games?
Yeah, video games. But I play board games sometimes with one of my families. uh,
I like what?
Like when we're all together or hanging out together in the living room, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
We'll play a game together.
Oh, also like family games pretty much, not like
Yeah.
games like Monopoly or things like that. Gotcha. All right. All right, Jason. So that's the Q&A. Very good Q&A, very detailed, very good Q&A, very good answers, Jason. So that was very good Q&A. Very good job. All right, Jason. So now we're going to get into the show and tell portion. So the first portion is basically you're going to show your awards, accolades, and basically the things that you have next to you. So do you have that next to you?
Yeah. I have my medals are right here, all of them that I've won.
Oh, a lot of AAU medals. All right.
I have some certificates and trophies from like a camp I went to, and some class, and from another camp I went to from St. Raymond's, and more trophies over here.
Ooh,
And yeah,
trophy. Okay. Pretty large trophy I saw in the last one. All right.
yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. All right, Jason. So, all right. So that's that. All right. So now we're going to show your pictures of the show and tell. But before we do that, we do have our 100th episode going on. Oh, Jason, you good? Yeah. Apologies, guys. Jason's having technical difficulties. Once again, once he resolves that, I'll bring him back on, and then we will get right into the show and tell. We're going to basically rate the pictures. We got some pictures here for our 100th episode going on this weekend on Saturday night. It is scheduled to be on Saturday night. So please tune into Saturday night. It's going to be a great night of sports, guests, and things like that. It's just going to be a fun episode. Just whatever happens, happens. Obviously, it's got to be, YouTube appropriate, but, obviously, it's going to be, everything. We're going to have guests. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to basically just celebrate. It's basically like a party. It's basically like a party. It's going to be like a party, basically. All right, Jason's back. All right, Jason, we're good?
yeah.
All right, we're good. All right. So as you know, we have our 100th episode going on this weekend, and we're going to show our best overlays. So I have a couple overlays here that I want you to rate from 1 out of 5, all right? All right, so here is our first overlay. This is from our guy Storm Russo, who was one of the best quarterbacks in his class. So here's his picture. So Jason, how do you rate this picture 1 out of 5?
Pretty nice cape, and yeah, I feel like I like it. Yeah, it's like I'd give a 4.5, 4.5.
4.5. All right, 4.5. All right, all right. All right, let's move on. So this is, by the way, my brother Jason. So this is Christian Rios. This was at a how do you say this? A high school camp. He played for his high school team. I play on the same high school team as him. We were in Gainesville. This was in game. So there's his picture. So how would you rate it? 1 out of 5.
I mean, he looks really locked in, and I like how his drip, and the photo is pretty tough. So yeah, I'll give it another 4, 4.5, 4.5.
4.5. Okay, another 4.5. All right, all right. All right, so let's move on. So this is our guy, Camden Villavasso. He might make an appearance in the 100th episode. So this was at his award ceremony. Those are his coaches in the back, and yeah, so that's him right in the middle with the blonde. So yeah, so how would you rate it? 1 out of 5, Jason?
I give it a 3, 3.5, 3.5, because I like the trophies in the back, and yeah, he looks like a pretty good kid.
All right, 3.5. All right. All right, let's move on. This is Montana McBride, a basketball player. He was a former guest on this show. This was during his media day for his school. So, Jason, how would you rate it? 1 out of 5.
I give it a 4.5, because I like the smoke in the back, how it matches his jersey, and the ball in the air, and he has his phone on. It's pretty tough picture. So yeah.
For sure. All right. That was Montana McBride. Now let's move on to Lamborghini Landon, the creator of our Unbelievably Crazy segment. This is his picture. This was his media day for his team down in Texas. By the way, Jason, that is real fire. He claimed it was real fire. So that is real fire during his media day. So how would you rate that? 1 out of 5.
I mean, it looks pretty tough how he's just holding the fire in his hands. And yeah, I like his drip. Pretty tough. And Yeah, I'll give it a 5. This one actually,
Ooh, okay. Okay, why a 5?
because I just like how he's just holding the 5s. It's really tough actually for this one. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. All right, so yeah, so that's by the way his Instagram, Lamborghini underscore Landon. You guys can check that out. He was a former guest on this show, so if you guys want to check out the archives on YouTube, you guys can check that out. Lamborghini Landon, a very entertaining show indeed. All right, so now here's part 2 of him. This was another picture of him. So Jayson, how would you rate it? 1 out of 5.
I give it a 4 because the lights are so like Lambo Landon and like the car because it's a Lambo and yeah, it's orange matches his jersey, matches the Lambo and everything. Yeah, it's pretty nice. 4.
All right. All right, so now let's move on. So this is my co-host, Guy. So all right, so that's this guy right there. That's Camden Harzinski from South Florida. This was a promotion, basically making his middle school team as a 5th grader. So basically, that was just him promoting himself, making the team, and that's a school, Franklin Academy, down in South Florida. So, Jayson, how do you rate this 1 out of 5?
I'll give it a 3, 3.5.
Okay, 3.5. Okay, why 3.5?
Cause I mean I like the logo. I think it's like that's his team logo, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Pretty
yes.
tough how you spinning the ball in the sand. So yeah, give it 3.5.
All right, 3.5. All right, let's move on. So this is my guy, Tate Medina, that I interviewed. He's a football player down in Texas. Plays linebacker. Plays some receiver. Very elite football player. Has high aspirations of playing college football in the next level. That is his media day with his team down in Texas. So, Jayson, how do you rate this 1 out of 5?
I give it a 5. 5.
5. Why a 5?
I love how like the background matches with his jersey. His like his gloves are like tough, and yeah, his drip is like insane.
Yeah, for sure. Very tough photo indeed from Tate Medina. All right. Last but not least, we have Remy Payne, one first athlete actor on this show. So basically, quick backstory about this one. Coach Tony got this from a video. He got this from a video. It took him a long time, like he said, 45 minutes to try and get this frame. So this picture was during the video. This is basically him trying to take his helmet off, and he tried to get it at the right frame. He ended up getting it, and that's the picture right there. So, Jayson, how do you rate this 1 out of 5?
I'll give it a 3.5. 3.5.
3.5. Why a 3.5?
Cause like I kind of like how it just says just grind on his helmet and like unless that's like there actually that like the green like thing coming across makes it look better
Got it.
and yeah.
All right. So those are the overlays that will be on our 100th episode. So yeah, so those are our overlays. And now let's get into yours, Jayson. Now let's get into your overlays. All right. Let's see if this is you. Okay, so that is you. So all right. So give me a little backstory behind this photo right here of you.
mm, no, it shows me in a camp like that was in a mixtape, so it shows me in a camp and I think I was like playing and the back well it really isn't really and yeah I was just like killing at that game and it was like a showcase I think. Yeah, I think it was a showcase that actually. And yeah, I was just playing, having fun. Yeah, that's it.
For sure. All right. Pretty tough pick right there. Pretty tough pick. All right. Let's move on. So this is you at a tournament. You at a tournament with Riverside Hawks. So all right. So give me a little backstory behind this photo.
I mean, this is after I won at the UA circuit, and we were losing at the start actually, and we had to like fight back to get back in this game, and we came over top. Yeah.
For sure. Comeback wins. They're amazing. So yeah. So you said you played for the UA circuit. So how is that like playing for the Under Armour circuit?
I mean, it's a pretty big thing for me because I've never like played for an Under Armour circuit, and yeah, it's like a first time thing for me. So it felt pretty nice.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. That's amazing. And plus, you came back and won. That's amazing indeed with your team, Riverside Hawks. Shout out to them. All right, let's move on here. This is the last overlay. So there's you in game. So give me a little backstory behind this one.
That was at the Game Changer tournament, and if we win, that was actually the championship game. And if we won, we would win like 5,000. And our coach would buy sneakers, and he actually already bought them. I have them. I don't know what they are, but and yeah, and that's really what it had. And I think we were like running a play that time, and yeah, the camera just caught a picture of me like that. It's pretty tough if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough photo indeed. You were at the Game Changer event. Do you remember where it was at or no?
And I forgot. I think around somewhere in Jersey. No,
Jersey?
Sportica,
Sportica. Where is that at?
Jersey.
Jersey. Got you. All right. Yeah, it's a pretty tough tournament. You guys won, right?
Yeah.
So that means you guys got 5,000, or the program gets $5,000, right?
Mhm.
And you guys earned something from that, like shoes or something.
Yeah, we got shoes. The coach bought us shoes.
Well, that's tough. All right, so shout out to coach. So what did you do with the shoes? You keep them in your room, or what do you do with them?
I keep them with me. I don't know. You want to see them?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, guys. Okay. Oh, we got the shoes right there. All right.
The LeBrons, actually. I don't know what is it.
Okay.
They're called LeBron Witness IX.
Okay.
And
Ooh, those are amazing. All right.
yeah, that's it.
Those
That's
are
what we
cool.
got. And I think we also got like a I forgot, gift card for this. Oh,
Yeah, all right. Sounds amazing. You got shoes, you got a gift card, and your program was $5,000. Hey, that's amazing. Congrats.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah. So that's the overlays, Jason. So pretty good overlays. Very good story, especially in that last one. Your team winning 5K. For your program, getting shoes, getting gift cards. That's amazing. That second clip, you coming back, winning the championship game over there at the Under Armour circuit. That is tough. That's a tough job. So shout out to you. Shout out to your team, Riverside Hawks. And yeah, that's very good. All right, let's move on to the video portion. So also on our 100th episode, we're going to play our top video. So Jayson, so basically the same thing that you did with the picture, same thing you're going to do for the video. All right. So I'm going to play some videos here. So here's the first one from our past guest, Jalen Reese McFarland. And here's his clip. So here it is.
Out of the way, out of the way, out of the way.
All right, Jayson. So how do you rate that 1 out of 5?
Pretty like tough move he did because he was kind of off balance there, and he like split the defense and he got the N1. It's a nice like move in the layup. Yeah, I think that I give that a 4.5. No, 4.5. I keep saying.
4.5, right? Yeah, very tough move indeed. Going through the defense, and I think he had one more step too, but he just went with his first step, like his first step and up, which is crazy leg strength. So shout out to Jalen Reese McFarland himself. All right, so here's his next video, Jayson, from Chad Johnson Jr. from Florida. So here it is. So basically, he hits his Euro step and it's in there. So how do you rate that 1 out of 5, Jayson?
I give that another a 4. The way he like faked out the defender, making think he like Eurostepped him, and he's going this way, but he went the other way.
Yeah. All right, that's cool. All right, so now here's his next clip. I'm gonna give a little backstory behind this one. So this is a game winner from my brother Christian Rios. This was a crucial game in our season. This was late in our season. We kind of needed this win in order to get a better seed in the playoffs. So here's the shot from my brother Christian Rios. So here it is, 6 seconds, guys. All right, Jayson. So how do you rate that 1 out of 5?
That's a 5. That's a 5.
Why a
That was
5?
a big shot he hit. That was crazy. Over one leg too. I'm pretty sure that was
That was
insane.
one leg, yeah.
That was insane. Yeah, that's a 5.
Yes, indeed. All right. So now here's his next clip from soccer, from our soccer guest. So Jayson, so you said something about that you wanted to play soccer besides basketball and football. So here's a soccer guest. Here's a soccer clip. It's 5 seconds long, and here's the clip. So 5 seconds. So it's gonna be quick.
Yes, Jayson!
That was a pretty nice goal by there. I'll give that 3.5. 3.5.
3.5. All right. 3.5. All right. So now here's his next one from Jordan Stevens from Florida. So here is his video, 10 seconds.
Oh, good D, baby. Oh! Oh, let's go!
Right.
That was a heck of a layup there.
I know. How do you rate that 1 out of 5?
That was it's another 5. That's a 5.
All right. So why a 5?
That layup, I don't even think I could probably. I don't know because I've never tried that in the game. The fact that he did it and made it, that's big. That's good. That's good.
Sure, indeed. Yeah. So if you said a 5 in this one, I'm pretty sure you're going to give it more than a 5 in this next one. So it's a 6-second clip. Is one of our oldest clips here on the podcast. Has been here the longest. So it's 6 seconds long, and it's a very good clip. So it's 6 seconds. So here it is.
Yeah, that's a 5. 5. 5. 5.
It's a 5. Okay. All right. So why a 5?
That he jumped in the air, bounced the ball through his legs, and laid it up. I can't even do that. That's insane.
It's crazy indeed. He off the bounce East Bay. We've seen people, under the legs East Bay and dunk, but him doing that, that's just insane for his age. So yeah, shout out to Keelan Hollowell from Texas. That was the kid that made that layup. All right, so now let's get into your clip, Jayson. It's a minute 8 long, minute 8 seconds long. So here's your clip, and guys, let's tune in. Minute 8 seconds long.
Look right there. Good pass. Fucking go. Got him. Good pass and one. Good pass. Good job.
All right. So Jayson, so give me a little backstory behind those clips there. Yeah. So give me a little backstory behind that.
That was like at the UA circuit, one of the sessions, and I was playing again like with 5th grade and 6th grade. So I mean, all those were great games. They weren't really easy. So and 6th grade sadly didn't win, but 5th grade did, which I'm happy about that. But 6th grade, I wish they would have won. But yeah, That's it.
All right, that's cool. I was actually watching that clip, and and there was something you told me that is your strafe, and I saw it a couple times in that clip that post fade. I saw a couple times in that clip, and hey, it looks good. That post fade looks good, and one thing that I saw, you're a shooter, from the wings, from the corners. Hey, I love it. I love that clip. Your shooter, that post fade. Hey, I love it. You know, yeah, very impressive clip, Jayson. Very impressive clip. That minute 8 seconds. That post fade. The post fade that you were talking about. That's your strength. You're shooting from the outside. Those assists. Hey, keep it up, Jayson. All right. Definitely gonna be important in the next level. All right, for middle school. Um, uh, what grade you in?
Fifth.
You're in fifth. Okay, yeah. So that's very important for the middle school level. Definitely important for the middle school level, and then so on and so forth. So keep on going. Keep working on that post fade. Keep watching guys like Tatum, Jalen Brunson, who do that post fade move, and to make it better. And then obviously keep working on that shot because hey, that shooting was impressive. All right, keep on going. All right, so that's it for the show and tell, Jayson. So there was a pretty interactive chat tonight. So guess what? We're gonna open up the phone line. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat in a minute. Let's see. I'll put the link in the chat and. All right, link is in chat. If you guys want to come on, any parents, family members, friends, anybody that want to come on the show, give some positivity to Jayson here. You can click on that link and join the show. All right. All right, so Jayson. So in the meantime, while they're gonna click the link and join on, we always ask our athletes 2 questions. So first, what are your top 3 sneakers you have to bring during an out of town tournament? What are your top 3, sneakers?
Well, I wear like LeBrons a lot, but when I'm playing on Riverside, I have to bring Under Armour. But there's a certain Under Armour sneaker that I was wearing and those are the ones I like, the Olympic Curries, and yeah, those LeBrons that I have here, and I have some other LeBrons, and yeah, those Olympic Curries, those I have to bring with me a lot.
So Under Armour's, the Olympic Curries, and LeBron's. Gotcha. All right, so those are your top 3 sneakers. All right, besides your Crocs, obviously, for outside tournaments. And then my second question I ask is, every athlete has a number. They basically have a story behind their number. So, what is your number, and what's that story behind that number?
Well, no, number 1. I always thought I always had number 1. Well, I used to have 13, but I didn't want 13 anymore, and I wanted 1 because I think it was a great number for me. I liked number 1. It got a lot. I thought it was pretty cool to have number 1 at the time, and yeah, I always stuck with that number ever since.
All right, so number 1, yeah, for sure. Number 1, it's a dangerous number on the court. Every time when you look on the other side, the opponent, you gotta find who number 1 is. Whoever's number 1, that's a star player. That's literally the star player. So yeah. So number 1, it's the dangerous player on the court. All right, guys, the link's in the chat. You guys can click it and join the show. You guys got 2 minutes, 2 minutes to join the show. So any family members, any friends, anyone that want to come on and give some positivity to Jayson and the show, just click on the chat, click on the link, and you guys can join the chat. All right. So in the meantime, Jayson, while they're doing that, I have some trivia, like I mentioned earlier. So I have some trivia. All right. So are you down to do some trivia?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I got some NBA trivia here. So all right, so let me see. All right. Shoot, some of these players. Okay. Yeah, but I'm trying to find a trivia that that's for you basically. Not people from the 80s or something like that, So All right, NBA teams. All right, how about that? All right, I'm gonna share my screen in a minute, Jason, so that you can um, so that you can answer. So, all right, let's see. Anybody in the chat? No. Okay. All right. All right. So you guys got. So we're gonna do a trivia here with Jason. So yeah. So here it is. So I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see. Share screen. And appropriate ads to all this. Okay. All right. I'm about to share my screen right now. All right. Here it is. All right. So Jason, you can see that. And everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So those are the NBA team quiz. I don't know why they put 6 minutes on the clock, but I don't know why they put 6 minutes on the clock, but yeah. So basically, these are divided down into divisions. So I know during the NBA they don't usually do divisions like that, but I don't know, and they got it down to divisions. So Jason, so I might help you out here with these divisions. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's play the quiz, and here it goes. All right. So I'll just name me the team basically. So name me 30 teams. So all 30 teams in the NBA.
Spurs, Warriors,
Okay, wait, hold on. Spurs. Okay, that's it. Okay, you said Warriors. Boom.
Lakers,
Lakers. Okay.
Celtics,
Celtics. I.
the Bulls,
The Bulls. I.
Oklahoma,
OKC. Okay, wait, hold on. Thunder. Boom. All right.
the Clippers,
The Clippers. I.
the Grizzlies,
Grizzlies. I.
Atlanta,
The Hawks. I.
Miami Heat,
The Heat. I.
Charlotte,
Hornets. Yeah.
the Mavericks,
Mavericks. Yeah. Dallas.
the Jazz,
Jazz. Yeah.
the Nuggets,
Nuggets. Yep.
the Knicks,
Knicks.
did I already say the Lakers?
The Lakers. Yeah, you did.
Magic.
Magic. Yeah.
What else? Brooklyn.
The Nets. Yes.
Who else is Phoenix?
The Suns. Yeah.
The Pistons.
Pistons. Yeah.
And who else is there? Oh, the Cavaliers.
The Cavs. Yeah.
The Wizards.
The Wizards. All right. So that's the Southeast Division. There you go. You got one division down.
The Rockets.
Rockets. All right.
Portland.
Trailblazers. All right.
Who? Dear. Let me think. The Pacers.
Pacers. Yeah. Try and think of like states and stuff. Like think of states. Things like that.
The Raptors.
Raptors. Yeah. The only Canadian team. Yeah.
The Bucks.
The Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah.
Philadelphia.
76ers. Yeah.
There's still more.
There's 3 more teams.
Did I say Chicago?
The Bulls. Let me see. Yeah, the Bulls is on here. Yep. The Bulls are already on there.
The Magic.
Magic you already have.
Hmm.
So basically you got all the teams from the Eastern Conference. Now you got to worry about the Western Conference.
The Pelicans.
Pelicans, yeah.
Let's see. What other teams are there, bro? Did I already say Milwaukee?
Bucks, yeah, you already said. So basically just 2 teams from the West Coast, the Western Conference.
West Coast. Did I say the Kings yet?
Oh, no, you haven't. The Kings. All right, you got one more.
Dang. Who else is there? Oh, the Timberwolves.
The T-Wolves. Let's see. And you got it. There we go. There we go. Good job, Jayson. There we go. All right. There you go. That's 30 for 30. Good job, Jayson. Sounds like you know your NBA teams. All right. All right. So let me see if there's one more. Let me see. Do you want to do another sport or do you want to do just NBA?
NBA.
Just NBA? All right. Okay. See if we can find an easy one here. All right, so let me stop sharing my screen so I can find another one. All right. Do NBA. Let's see here. Let's see here. NBA champions. What's up with that? Jeez Louise. I wanted to do NBA champions, but shoot, it's all the way from 1947, which we are not gonna do. How about we do logos? All right, you done with logos?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Now let me share my screen so that I can show you. And can you see it, Jayson?
Yeah.
All right, let's start this quiz. 4 minutes long, guys. Jayson got 4 minutes to get all 30 logos. All right, let's see. All right, so basically you can see the logo. So basically anything that you notice, just tell me and we'll put it in. All right, here it goes. All right.
Atlanta.
That's the Hawks, yeah.
Magic.
Boom.
Suns.
Boom.
Detroit.
Pistons, yeah.
Nets.
That's the Nets.
The Clippers.
There we go.
The Celtics.
Okay.
The Hornets.
That's the Hornets.
The Bulls.
There we go.
Milwaukee.
Yep.
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, yep.
Cavaliers.
Cavs, yep.
Spurs.
There you go.
OKC.
OKC, yep.
Portland.
Portland, yep.
Pelicans.
Pelicans, yep.
Warriors.
Warriors.
Jazz.
Jazz.
Mavericks.
They're about playing 15 minutes. Mavericks, okay.
Who is that? That's the thing. Who is that? Who is that? Oh. I'm selling right now.
Do you want to skip?
Yeah, skip.
All right, who's that?
Knicks.
Next, boom.
Raptors.
Boom.
The Kings.
Boom.
Nuggets.
Boom.
Stop. This is no. Skip. I can.
All right, who's this?
Grizzlies.
Boom.
The Heat.
Boom.
Rockets.
Boom.
Pacers.
All right.
And Wizards.
Wizards. All right. Who's that?
That has to be. Dang, what teams are there?
Eastern Conference. They're part of the Eastern Conference.
Is the Magic already on? No, it's. Who is that? Oh. This is hard. Bro.
Think of the Northeast. Northeast.
No way, bro. I don't know this team. Yo, I'm actually.
Do you want me to give you a player on the team?
Yeah.
VJ Edgecombe.
Oh, the 76ers.
There you go. All right. What's this one?
Let's think. What conference?
They're the Western Conference.
Conference. Wait, no. There we go. There. Is it the Warriors? I already said, right?
Yeah, you already said Warriors. They have a top 3 MVP candidate on this team.
Oh, Nuggets.
No.
Oh, Luca. It's the Lakers. The Lakers.
There we go. Yes. There you go. Good job, Jayson. That was close, though. That was close. You got. Wait, let me see. Pull up the time. 26 seconds.
Oh.
You're that close. 26 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, and I really wanted you to get it, so I tried to give some clues. So you got it. All right. Sounds like no one's gonna click the chat. All right. So how about let's end it off there with a win? All right. So let's end it off with a win. Let's end it off with a win, shall we? Let's end it off with a win here on the 100th episode. No. All right, stop sharing my screen. Uh-oh. All right. All right, here we are. All right. All right, so thank you guys for supporting tonight, episode 99. It was a great show tonight. Thank you, Jayson, for being on the show tonight, episode 99. It was a good show, great show. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys, the fans out there. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get notified of when we go live. Our next episode is the 100th episode. So please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get notified of when we go live. Yeah. And also follow our Instagram at Be Ready Sports Podcast. It's about to come out now. At Be Ready Sports Podcast on Instagram. That is where we post our sports news, podcast clips, anything podcast related will be on the Be Ready Sports Podcast Instagram page. All right. So here is one of our former guests, Theron West II. Shout out to Jess P 1982, shout out. Yes, it was a great 99th episode. It was great. Shout out to Jayson and shout out to you guys in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Kudos. All right, Silent Fear down online. This is one of our former guests. That is his clothing line at Silent Fear down online. You guys can check that out. That is his clothing line. You can donate to Zelle, not Cash App, 954-664-8962. That is where you can donate to the show. All proceeds of the show will go towards the show to make it better. Will be to make it better. So yeah, so here's donate to Zelle 954-664-8962. Pickup Portal. He just came here last week. Sean from Pickup Portal. Basically, if you're a player, if you're a coach that needs a player for the weekend, you're down for some players. The coach can just go into the Pickup Portal, pick up the players that he needs to fill in those spots. And if you're a player that wants to play for that weekend, you can put yourself in the portal and become available for a coach that is in need of a player. So Pickup Portal. He first did baseball, but now he's expanding his business to basketball, football, soccer, and those major sports. So shout out to Sean and the Pickup Portal. Shout out to Jayson Velez. That is the kid who hit the great header into the goal for soccer. That video, this is his YouTube channel at CV7 Rocket on YouTube. You guys can subscribe to him. Subscribe to Remy Payne, our first athlete actor on this show. So at Remy Game Football 5250. And last but not least, it is William Miller, my co-host. Interviewed him in episode 90. So if you guys want to check that out, it is episode 90. It's William Miller. Interviewed him. Great kid, combat athlete, motivational speaker. Great kid. You guys want to check it out? Episode 90. This is his website, www.itswilliammiller.com. All right, Jayson. So after we end, stick around for the wrap up. It's gonna be a quick wrap up, right? It's gonna be a quick wrap up. So I'm gonna make it short and sweet. All right. But for now, guys, this is it. Thank you guys for coming on the show. All right, Jayson, let's sign off. Right in 3, 2, 1. To be ready. Stay ready. Stay ready, guys. All right, we'll see you for the 100th episode, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night for for the 100th episode. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow night, Saturday night. All right. Good night.